Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the TERR vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert. Shit. It's all my fault. I saw it coming, but I didn't do anything to stop it. Was he trying to kill me? I mean, what exactly happened? I think he just wanted to send a message. Knock you unconscious, maybe. But that blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Adricol in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adricol. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. Did you tell her about everything that happened here? Why shouldn't I? She wanted to know what's going on, and you were flatlining. There was no time for playing kiddie games. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense. Do you have any regrets about not going with them? And abandon my lab? No way, that could never happen. But if you're asking me whether I believe our chances of survival are greater, well, that's a whole different question. We've been doing what we could to get out of the storm. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Okay, so what do we do? I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. And I was hoping you'd be a little more helpful, you know? Not so eager to step up now when things have gone to shit, huh? You're the one who's led us here. It's your bullet to bite. Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about? I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay, what's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself.
This is a message for Jan Dolsky, corporate ID 4672B. My name is Agatha Wilson, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Ally Corp. I have received some very unfortunate news of I do hope you realize it is vital that we speak with... Otherwise, the board will have to... I cannot keep them hoping it is not the case for much longer.
What the fuck, Jan? What? They know everything. But I thought we were... That is some deep shit you got. Stabbing him in the back like that? Without any warning after... Me? This is my last call. They've decided to cut me. I won't be able to talk to anyone, do anything. Not until someone comes for me. All I do is sit here in this tin can. You know, I thought you'd have the guts to face... But no. At least... And that you bring enough for those bastards to share...
Jan, I called and... Shit. I know you're recovering from a fight or something? I don't know much more. Look, I know I promised to keep your alters a secret. Dr. Paulson, the colleague I told you, was helping me out with those implants, and he convinced me that it would be a big mistake not to tell. Out there, it might seem like you're making the right decisions, but from the outs, is it true that some of them went rogue and sabotaged your mission? Maybe curing them was not such a good idea after all. I don't know. I just...
Find me when you're done with those calls. Looks like the... Yes, we've waited, but we need decisions. What's... Plan is simple. We need to get out. I never thought I'd say it, but I missed. I knew that navigation system inside. We'll be fine without it. That's what I'm counting on. Because we can't afford another day of drifting. This is not a joke. The mission, Rapidium, you've decided to trust the corporation. Losing a part of the team, I'd hate to know it was... I did what I thought was right. Using tabula rasa was not an option. But it looks like doing right by your conscience. I'm sorry. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. But a captain? No. It was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. Well, What? That code we got... He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that. Oh, I agree, it could be dangerous, but... Well, you said it. Fine. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and... Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards. Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke...